to the Fruit of Life podcast, where we nourish your minds one conversation at a time, providing our audience and listeners with new and fresh perspectives on life and the reality of the world. My name is Ishmael Muhammad. I'm here with my two co-hosts,
Rafi Muhammad.
Asaad Muhammad.
And today's episode, man, it's about confronting and dealing with demons, man. What does that look like? What is that? We're finna talk about it, man. Let's get straight into it, man.
For sure. So we don't want to waste any time. Confronting demons is something that we all go through as human beings, and we try to seek and find ways to counteract it in order to really get access to our higher selves in our journey. So I wanted to ask y'all a question just right off the bat. What are demons to y'all? How do you define what a demon is, and what are the different forms of demons?
I would categorize a demon as something that takes you away from achieving the best self that you can be. I would also categorize it as a distraction. So I'll give a perfect example. So let's say you're on a mission, you're trying to accomplish something, and you're full focus, and you're fully focused and you're locked in. And then there's something that wants to kind of take place, or there's something that comes on the side that pulls you away from that. So I would say that can be one form.
Yeah, man, I think demons are, like my brother said to the right of me, I think they're more of things that do not allow you to reach your full potential or really reach your higher self, things that hold you back, the weight of the world in its different scenarios and its different things as well. So I think demons are the lower parts of self and the lower parts of the world that doesn't allow you to reach your full potential as an individual.
I'm definitely, I had the same mindset as far as to what a demon is. One of my favorite books is Outwitting the Devil. It's by Napoleon Hill. And it's a book I've actually been thinking about rereading. And it talks about the drifter. I was actually looking this up the other day. So there's two aspects of the drifter. One aspect of a drifter is a person who is influenced by outside factors. Outside factors influence the individual. So things like peer pressure, things like it could be food, things such as it could be video games, drugs, anything, as you said, that is a distraction, distracting you from getting on top of things that you're supposed to be on top of. And then the spiritual aspect, quote unquote, as I read it, it was talking about anything that disconnects you from God. And I just found that interesting. So with that being said, what are some ways that you feel like, how do I guard myself against these demons, like these forces that seek to distract me? What does that look like in my life?
Man, it got me thinking about a quote from the minister. The minister used to talk about how the weight of the world is already weighing us down, but how we have to feel ourselves internally, but not just a spiritual word, but a word that's of positivity, or something that's going to get us back on our level. So I think feeding ourselves, not just the correct food, the correct music, the correct readings, everything that's in alignment with who we are. Because it's a saying, we righteous by nature.
Absolutely.
But if we feeding ourselves continuously filth, then we gonna be in a lower part. It just reflects. So I think feeding on what's right, feeding on truth helps me combat the lower parts of myself, the lower demons, the things that I allow to control me. Yeah, man. What you thinking, brother?
All right, man. I like that. I would say that a way that I guard myself against that is to focus on what's important. So in a spiritual aspect, I agree exactly what it is that he said. In the aspect of, for the young people and for anybody that's going on day-to-day life, and you may not be as spiritual, or you may not be deep into different religions or anything like that. Focus on what's important. Focus on the goal it is that you're trying to achieve, whether that is to start a business, whether that is to finish this particular assignment without getting distracted by food, because everything happens. As soon as you start to focus, then a lot of things, we call it shiny object syndrome or whatever, they start coming at you. So that's how I do it for me personally. I try to focus on what's important and to kind of keep my head strong and go in that direction.
Hey, real quick, bro, you mentioned Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. He said something in his book about how the devil controls 98% of the population.
Absolutely.
Through drifting, through our lower desires, like I mentioned earlier, through things that we know that's not healthy, that's not good. In this world, man, it's only two people in control. Real talk, it's either God or Satan. It's either God or the lower self on some real shit. So it got me just thinking about that, bro, because that's so prevalent nowadays that you see everybody. We all got vices. We all got certain things that's holding us back to a degree, and that's just the quote unquote devil being played out in full effect right in front of our eyes.
That's the name of the game. In the first episode we ever did, I mentioned seasons. People are going to come and go in your life, and it's up to you to learn the lesson, to see why they come into your life. So with the whole seasons thing, it's like this. There's a sphere of influence in any relationship. Any relationship, a person's going to influence you in some way, you're going to influence them in some way. Now, the percentage of influence, they could be influencing you a little bit more, or you could be influencing them a little bit more, or it can be on an even playing field. But the reason I bring that point up is because peer pressure and the people, like, you are who you hang around. Like, people say that in passing, like it's like a cliche saying, but there's like a lot of truth to that saying. So I was having a conversation with my dad. He had dropped a beautiful nugget on me, and I'm like, man, this is right on time. And it's crazy, like it's almost a coincidence because of the topic, confronting demons. So now we talk about the sphere of influence in relationships, and the way he framed it to me, he said, if there are 2 cups that are full of water or whatever liquid you want to put inside the cups, how do you merge those 2 cups together to become one? Now, when I say that, what are you thinking? How do you do that? What does that look like?
Somebody got to drink from out the cup, man. Like, I don't even know.
Well, you said, repeat it one more time.
You have to merge 2 cups to become 1 cup. Both cups are full, though. They're full of water. So how do you merge those 2 cups together to become 1 cup?
You have to change the environment of what it's in. You have to change the container. You have to go put it in, like, if it's in 2 glasses, you got to go put it in something bigger.
Okay. That's one way of looking at it. But check this out. Think of it in the context of a relationship. If both cups are full, and this is what he said, then I need to go half and half. Meaning I need to pour out some water out of one of the cups until it's half full, and I need to pour out water out of the other cup until it's half full. And then I pour one of the cups inside of the other cup. Now, what that symbolizes is compromise. In any relationship, in order for it to be a long-lasting relationship, compromise has to be involved, sacrifice. So now, if I'm looking at it from a standpoint of marriage, or any brotherhood, or any relationship, any serious interpersonal relationship, then it's like, okay, I have to sacrifice my time, my energy. I have to pay attention to you, to understand you, and to feed you in the way that you need to be fed. And you feeding me in ways I need to be fed. Because we're working in tandem. We're a team. So that was the concept he's talking about, compromise. Because a lot of times people exhaust themselves because they give too much of themselves. And like Lauryn Hill said in X Factor, tell me who I have to be to get some reciprocity. There's no reciprocity involved. So I'm giving you all of me and you barely giving me anything. And I'm the dictator in this relationship instead of us working together to solve problems. And just like that, you unknowingly or knowingly become a demon because you're not working together. You're not on the same page. You're not in alignment. Because then it's going to be overflow.
Pride.
It's pride.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, pride.
Because you're already full. I'm already full. If you pour into me and I'm already full, then at that point, it's leakage.
Yeah.
So I'm drained.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sacrificing anything. You're the one sacrificing everything
I agree.
to pour into me. You know?
Yeah. But they say pride is the devil, man. Real tough.
That's crazy because I've caught myself in scenarios, like I said, in past relationships. I ain't feel like compromising on a whole bunch of stuff either. I ain't gonna lie. That was pride. That was one thing that I suffered for a bit. But it was because I think it's a mixture of pride, but it's also me just being stubborn. Because I'm very headstrong when it comes to certain things. It's like, nigga, no. Yes, no, I'm not.
I don't want to do it. I'm standing on this.
Nah, champ, I ain't doing all that.
That's it.
So I completely understand where you're coming from in that aspect, and that's I understand that.
Yeah, man, that's super real, man. And I think I've dealt with that even in my own even in my own relationships with certain people I've been with, and I think what allowed me to even battle that, bro, was really having humility. Not just having humility though, but really listening to the God within one another for real. And knowing that we all come from the essence of God. So therefore, if I want to become a God, I got to listen to another God that's in my presence, So it got me just thinking, bro, because that's a heavy point, man.
Yeah.
But we too caught up in our in ourselves that we're not even willing to take on a different perspective or a different, not even just a way of life, but something different from my other partner that I'm trying to build with.
Yeah.
That's where that ego, man, what God don't like ego, man.
We're not giving each other grace.
Real
We're
talk,
relying
man.
on our own understanding.
Mm-hmm.
We're not relying on God's understanding, right? And I can even relate that point back to my parents and my upbringing. And I don't know if y'all relate to this, but I felt like my parents poured so much into me growing up. Like, I couldn't say they didn't pour into me in terms of education, in terms of resources, in terms of trying to set me up to be in the right position. You know, and paying attention to me as a child and knowing, Asaad, this is what you want to do, or this is your talent, so I'm going to put you in a position where you have the ability to show your talent to the world, to show your talent to this school, to show your talent to this particular environment, you know, and then what can come from that. And I felt like I wasn't appreciative. And one thing I learned about demons is that demons feed off of what you want. Demons are going to give you exactly what you want, not what you need. But what you want is the illusion, because you think what you want is what you need. But if I'm saying, or if I believe, which I do believe now, because I had to grow into the understanding, I want to submit to God. Then if I want to submit to God, then also what I'm saying is I need to submit to Him. There's things I need to do in order to submit to Him. Mm-hmm. So what I want and what I need has to be congruent. The equation doesn't work if what I want is comfortability. What I want is convenience. You know what I'm saying? I want instant gratification. We hear that term a lot. Instant. I need it right now. I need the shortcut. I don't want to work for the man. Like, I want to do for self. And I wanted to do that growing up. Like, I'm going to be a big singer, and I'm going to just be a superstar, and I'm not going to work for whoever. I'm going to be my own boss. But then you grow up and you realize, like my dad would tell me, going back to that, man, Pops, legend. But going back to that, it's like, you have to eat today. You have to find a way to eat today. What are you going to do today? It's not to say you can't work on your dreams. You can absolutely work on your dreams. For sure, 100%. So they weren't saying that, Asaad, you need to give up on that. But in the meantime, you have to make things make sense from a mathematical perspective. How are you going to survive right now while you're on the path to building your dreams? Yeah. You know? So is there like a time in y'all lives as well where you felt like, you know what, you were ignorant to certain things, or demons put you in a position where like you down and out, like y'all don't want to listen to anybody, and then something hit you on the head and then you learned your lesson? What was that like for y'all?
Man, you want to start that one up?
I wouldn't say that there was a specific time. I would say that it's been a lesson that I've learned over time. It's one of those things that you have to get experience with. It's like when your parents tell you to do certain things. Yeah, you can listen right there, but until you actually go through what it is that they're telling you, you're not really going to understand why they say it. And the more somebody, because it's just our nature as human beings, and this can be a bad thing, but this can also be a good thing. Somebody tells you to do something or tells you not to do something, the more you want to go do that exact thing that they told you not to do, depending on what it is. You know, so it's just, but it's a benefit in that, because people can look at that as a negative, but it's also a benefit in that, because we all have the experiences from doing the exact thing that we were told not to do. So now we can learn. We had to learn our lesson. And because we're never going to grow if we don't go through struggle. If we listen all of the time, we would never be the men that we are right now. So that's how I look at it.
Man, that's a heavy point too, bro, because I think it's a lesson that I've learned over time as well. The rebelliousness that was within me, like, I ain't want to listen to I ain't gonna say I ain't want to listen to my mom, but I ain't really want to take heed to the advice that they was giving me. I thought, in a way, I had it all figured out, bro. Like, I knew what I wanted to do. Like, you ain't finna tell me I can't do this. I'm me at the end of the day, so I'm gonna do it. But I had to go through these trials, bro, these different situations where it's almost a similarity to Jonah, right? You know, Jonah, when he jumped over, matter of fact, when he was at the bottom of the boat was going through hell, bro. And even when he jumped over into the belly of the beast, he was going through hell. Like, it's just one of those things where you continuously going into pits of fire knowingly, because now, like we said, nature, we're righteous by nature, so we know right from wrong, bro. But we willingly rebel against our own nature by doing things that's not right for us at the same time, you know. So, man, what I was doing things, man, I was wild at home. I'm gonna just say it in big, but I really came into the knowledge of what I'm really supposed to be doing, and having humility to actually listen to my elders, listen to the people that actually care about me.
Facts.
To the point where I can rise above whatever I'm going through, bro. Because man, it's so easy to get caught up in the lower desires of the flesh, as if what you're saying, because that's what ruled the world right now. So it's really battling, it's really going through the trials to actually battle myself to say, man, I gotta just submit to what I know is correct, homie.
Because you know what it said, they'll make evil fair seeming. They'll make evil attractive. They'll make doing the negative things seem like
that's
it's
the cool thing to do.
It's the cool thing to do. And it's like, I'll give a perfect example. I'll give a perfect analogy. I saw a tweet wherein this girl said, and this is no disrespect to nobody, but that does this, but all of these OnlyFans girls and all of these people that sold their souls and everything like that, they have all the fucking riches in the world. They have everything right now. One of the girls, I don't know, she's famous. I don't know her name right now, and I'm not going to say her name if I did know. But she bought a dang Ferrari. And she was commenting on that, said, I'm over here working a 9 to 5 trying to do the right thing. But meanwhile, I see all these people doing OnlyFans and selling their souls, and they got Ferraris, they got all this money and all that kind of stuff. And I'm over here trying to do the right thing, and I'm barely getting far. So I say that to say that doing the right thing, even though it's delayed gratification, is always the best thing to do. While evil can be made fair seeming, because you see all of the glory that they may have, and that's just temporary. So
I think even going through those things of learning what's right to do in a way, I think you have to go through that to understand what is right to do.
I agree.
So it's like experiences, right? Experience is the best teacher. If I don't know how or the correct thing to do to get through this situation without going through the situation, how I'm gonna know, you know? I mean, some people, they say wise people learn from others, but smart people, well, in a way, dumb people, they learn from their experiences. But at the same time, we still have to go, because black man is made off experimentation. We know that. So,
well, even if when they say that, you know, dumb people learn from experiences, are they really dumb? Because you have some people that I'll say it like this. You have I'll relate to business, right? You have one person that say, well, I tried to start a business and I failed at starting a business. And that's their experience. They don't want to start a business no more. They'd rather go work a 9 to 5. But then you have another person that same person will tell an upcoming person that's trying to start a business, hey man, I ain't gonna lie to you, we've all been through this, you know, where you try and do something that somebody else has done already. Hey man, I already been down that road, man. I've already tried to do this, whatever. It ain't work. But then that same person that they're telling to, they can do the same exact thing and they make it. So are they really dumb?
No.
It depends on the scenario, obviously, but I mean, I would even question to a degree, you know, I wouldn't call people dumb by saying that they have to go through or they learn through their experiences. I think that that's the best way to learn, honestly speaking, because it'll make you a better individual. It'll make you a better man and a woman, because now you have lessons and you feel those lessons that you can be able to teach. And now because of your own experiences and what you went through that experience, you now have a different way to articulate that experience to somebody else.
That is facts.
The person that told you, they may not have had the best way to articulate it to you in a way that you would understand. But because you went through that experience, now you can articulate that experience to somebody else in a different way.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can experience that in a different way. So yeah.
That's crazy. I even got me thinking about the little homies, right? If you go really talk to the little homies, if you ain't really been through even just a small fraction of what they've been, they ain't really gonna just listen to you, bro. You gotta be able to relate to them based upon, like you just said, experiences. So that just got me thinking, bro, because that's heavy. If we really want to relate to our people, relate to the youth, relate to people, we gotta really go through these things. So experience is the best teacher. It's a real talk. That's a beautiful point.
It's absolutely 1,000% the best teacher. And all of it really is demonstrating is how willing are you, or what is your faith? Has your faith been tested? It's a testament of faith. That's how I view it. So even when you study the scripture, bro, like, man, the word of God. But there was a Bible quote I was reading. This was like actually yesterday. Isaiah 41:10. And it perfectly fits, like choosing God and letting him be the person that, you know, creates the pathway for you, and trusting him and his vision. It says, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So he's saying, if you stick with me, if you trust me, if you have that faith in me, if you speak to me, I will help you out. But you have to do your part, and you have to consistently choose me. No matter if I failed that business, it doesn't matter what's going on, what type of turmoil you're dealing with in your life. If you stick by my side and you keep me at the center in your life, then you will reap the benefits, but you have to be patient. You know what I'm saying? And then I think about the story of Abraham, how Abraham, no matter what was going on, Abraham lost so much, but that faith in God, he never lost that. And then I think about Jesus Christ and all the trials and tribulations he went through. Never lost that faith, always served God. And then I think about the story of Joseph, one of my favorite stories, and how he dealt with temptation, how people were jealous of him because he had these visions. His own family, his own brothers were jealous of him. And all the women loved him. Yet he still stood by his convictions. He still stood by his principles. And you look at these figures in the Bible and you look at how that applies today. A lot of people just don't have that faith. Because it's like, I'm messing up. But do I ever stop and think, what if I prayed? What if I talked to God? You know? What if I relied on him for a little bit? Not even a little bit, but what if I relied on him every day? What if I thought about things? What if I thought about things in a framework where it's like, okay, what would God do in these situations? Not what I would do in these situations.
That's heavy.
And then you get into the 100% submission. So man, we could talk about that all day though.
Man, what?
Hey, man.
That's heavy though, ain't gonna lie. But I know it was another demon that I know a lot of the youngest out there, a lot of everybody, shit, we all deal with it for real. The procrastination, the laziness, the putting everything off, wanting to do what we feel like doing in the moment. I know that's a big demon that we
call that the sloth demon.
The sloth demon. Yeah. Man. What's y'all perspectives on that, if y'all don't mind?
100%. Like I could just speak on that growing up, man. Growing up, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be rich at 25. I'm gonna have it all figured out. You know, I'm gonna retire my mom, I'm gonna retire my dad, I'm gonna be good. I don't have to worry about nothing. Yeah, boy, life hits you in the face, like boom, 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 boom. But you get sucker punch, boy. You're like, oh, I'm 25 now.
Hey, I'm trying
like,
to tell
whoa, I gotta come up with another plan. Oh, that's what you meant, mom. That's what you meant, pops. Okay, I understand it now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, if you're really honest with yourself, because I have a lot of self-awareness now that I'm older. When I was younger, I was ignorant, so I didn't access that part of myself that was really honest with myself. I would lie to myself. And my parents and the guidance, the foresight that they had to tell me, this is what's going to happen if you keep on doing this. I would sell myself short because I'm looking to be comfortable, and I would be comfortable using escapism. That's the route I would take. So I'm so caught up in, well, let me drop this music. You know, that's all I care about, just listening to music, dropping music. Let me look at art. Let me just be cooped up in my room. I don't want to talk to nobody. Don't bother me. You know, do my little chores, get back in the room. And then that was at a certain point, you know, you start to lose certain people that mean a lot to you. Losing my grandpa, losing my brother Sharif, like just certain people, just losing my grandma. But just certain people just are gone, and it's like, you don't feel like dealing with anything. You do lose that motivation. You were already losing that motivation because you didn't really have that direction.
Do you think that you became numb?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's like I'm putting on a facade. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm making it seem like everything is fine, but I'm doing the bare minimum. I'm not really using an outlet that's healthy in a way. I'm using an outlet in a way that's toxic to me. Like it's affecting me, it's draining me. But I had to go through certain stuff to be like, you know what? I need to be 100% honest about where I am and why I'm in the condition that I am in order to fix that condition.
Man, I think it go back to just building off your point, bro. I think we have this illusion that time is just always gonna be here. Like we just gonna wake up tomorrow and be able to do it, bro. And man, I have a cousin that passed away in his sleep. Then that was a true testament to the point to where we know we don't get tomorrow. Tomorrow do not exist. Yeah. And I had to battle that. I'm always thinking, shit, let me just do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it next week. Yeah. But then you keep going through the motions of life where things happen, this, that, and the third happen, to where shit don't even happen tomorrow. Now you pushing it back another day. Now you pushing it back another year, homie. Man. And it's like, bro, I had to get out of that mindset of shit, thinking I got time, cause I'm young, cause I'm in my 20s, I can do whatever I want to do. When in reality, your 20s will set you up for your 30s, and your 30s set you up for your 40s.
Facts.
If you want to live not just a rich, successful, but if you want to live a peaceful life, you got to do what you got to do while you got the time to do what you got to do.
Facts.
Cause bro, the devil feed on the flesh, everything, bro. He just wants us to be a part of him. It's just really fighting that on a consistent basis, bro.
But he know how powerful we are, though.
Real talk.
So that's why everything is a trap.
Hey, bro, what he say?
Everything.
Well, he said, just in the black community, our unity is more powerful than the atomic bomb. What if we all really cleared our mind and really focused in on who we supposed to be?
Facts.
Shit, this shit gonna change in a matter of minutes, in a matter of days. All because it's in us. It ain't on us. All of our people, it's in us, bro.
It's in us.
Real talk.
And there's nothing more powerful than a made-up mind.
Come on now.
Right?
Man.
Teach it, homie.
Boy, y'all came with some heavy hitters, man. Shit, I'm over here just chilling, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But anything else that we got going on, man? Anything else we want to say? Any other points that we want to add?
I would definitely say to my younger audience, take advantage of the time you have right now while you are young. Why, if you have a situation, a lot of people aren't fortunate to have both parents in the household or have figures that are able to play that parental role or whatever the case may be. But if you have somebody or some semblance of that, really take advantage right now, because you're not trying to wait. You don't even know if you're going to make it until you're 40 or 50. I'm just keeping it real with you. Statistics don't say that. God doesn't say that. God is the ultimate judge. So you have to attack every day with a certain type of energy. You have to attack every day like, this day means something. I have to make this day mean something. I have to work towards my goal. I have to figure out what exactly am I good at, you know? Mm-hmm. And how can I use that to help other people, not just myself? Stop thinking about yourself. Think about yourself in terms of taking care of yourself, for sure. But don't think about yourself in terms of, I just need to play and I just need to do whatever is convenient for you, for me, and making things easy for me. No, you have to go through the hard stuff. You really have to do that in order to, you know, come out on the other side of the tunnel victorious. So that's a nugget I would drop on the younger generation, for sure.
Actual facts, man. And something I would drop, the same thing I said last episode, man. The knowledge of self is equivalent to the knowledge of God. You got to find out who you are. Once you find out who you are with the minute, you're going to struggle to hold yourself down, because now you find purpose. And it's purpose beyond the materialistic. It's purpose within self. Life is all about what we can give to the world. So once you find that, bro, man, what?
You got it.
You're going to live in a more peaceful, more prosperous life. It's everything going to fall in line, man. But find you. But find God, number one.
All right. Well, I would say become more self-aware. Honestly, look at yourself. You know, I understand the whole, you know, even the time frame, you know, you have to live as if there's no tomorrow. I completely do understand that. But I would even say, to add on to that, because those are very important things, is to pay attention to yourself, study yourself, learn yourself. You know, this life, you don't have time, but you have time at the same time, you know. So strive to become the best you that you can be. I would say become more self-reflective. I just leave it at that. Become more self-reflective. I'd say that. But I think that's about the end of the Fruit of Life podcast and then this episode of Confronting Demons.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. And thank you all. And we'll stay tuned for next episode.
Yes, sir. Hey, next episode.